Hey guys, Dino here. Just been watching some YouTube beer videos, and before I watch the next one, I thought I'd do a beer tasting. But yeah, this next video and guy looks interesting. Don't know much about him. Title says, was it my top 10 best beers I've brewed? So I thought I'd give him the benefit of the doubt and watch this, but I can already see, you know, I've paused the video and I can already see that he's resorting to, you know, cheap gimmicks and dress up to try and attract views and subs. So we'll see how we go anyway. But yeah, let's get on to the old beer tasting. So I've decided it's about time I cracked open this beer here. It's the Dead Metaphor. It says Scottish Breakfast Stout, so it's recipe 129 out of the DIY Dog collection, and I'll put a link below. So yeah, this has been in the bottle for must be 2.5 weeks now, and I haven't cracked the bottle open yet. So yeah, let's open her up. Oh, nice bit of hiss. Sounds like it's well carved. So I'll pour it up here into this Murphy's Irish Stout glass. So this, I've been keeping these at sort of garage temperature, so around sort of 12-13 degrees Celsius. So there we go there. I don't want to pour it up too aggressively. I wasn't sure how carved it was going to be. But yeah, there she is there, or he is there. So yeah, it's poured up a really nice nice little head on the top there. Okay, so yeah, before we dive into trying the beer, just quickly go through the differences to the original recipe and what I've brewed up. It's essentially the same. Obviously, you guys probably know by now that I do smaller batches, but I've dialed the ABV back from 6.8 to 5.5 for the bottled version, just to make, because it's a breakfast stout and I actually wanted it to be more in keeping as far as the alcohol level with a breakfast stout, and also, you know, I wanted it to be more drinkable. So the malts, I'll put all the malts on the screen. The only change I made to the malts was, instead of black malt, I used dark chocolate malt. Malts are all the same, which I'll scroll on the screen. The Magnum hops, I used an American ale yeast, US-05, instead of the Y yeast, and I did the same additions of the cacao nibs, the lactose, and the freshly ground coffee. So yeah, let's get a nose on it. I've been dying to tuck into this beer. Oh yeah, definitely picking up the coffee, even though it was a small amount. I only put in you know, a handful of grams of freshly ground coffee. Still picking that up on the nose, and then a nice sort of sweetness from it's got lactose in it, and a little bit of roast, which is possibly, I'm getting confused with the ground coffee, but a little bit of roast, and then some nice chocolate as well. So it smells really inviting. Holding that head really well, nice and creamy. So yeah, let's dive in, guys. Cheers to you all. Hope the week's going well, and I hope the weather's a lot better than what we're getting here. Oh yes, I had it in my mind. I have had some breakfast stouts and the like milk stouts, and in my mind I had an idea of how I was hoping this one would turn out, and it's pretty much how I hoped and imagined it might be. It's first of all, it's very easy drinking. It's very smooth. The lactose and the rolled oats have given the mouthfeel a real nice creamy sort of texture. Getting that coffee again, not a huge amount of coffee, but just a little hit of coffee. And then it's got a nice sort of subtle sort of almost caramelly type sweetness. It does have dark crystal in there. Oh, it tastes nice. Definitely picking up the chocolate. Bitterness, I think I'm getting some bitterness from the cacao nibs, because the IBUs on it are quite low, I think. What are the IBUs? Oh, 30, so it's not, yeah, it's actually fairly moderate. So yeah, I'm getting some of the bitterness obviously from the Warrior, but I think I'm getting cacao nib sort of chocolate, dark chocolate bitterness as well. But yeah, very, very happy with how that's come out. And drinking very well at, I think I mentioned before, it's about 12-13 degrees. In the notes here, they do mention a rich red berry coffee character. Possibly see where they're coming from with that. There's sort of flavours in the background which, yeah, I'm sort of struggling to sort of describe, but yeah, overall very, very happy. If you're looking for a easy drinking, creamy, it's got lactose, but don't think of it like a milk stout. It hasn't got too much, there's not too much lactose in there. It's only 60 grams in the batch that I did, but the amount of lactose in there has helped to give it, along with the oats, is that really nice breakfast-like creamy texture and mouthfeel. And yeah, that coffee just goes really well. Think of a cup of coffee with the fresh ground coffee in it, and then the nice sort of, you know, the creamy milky texture on the top. Basically that's a beer version of that. So if you like the sound of that and you like the look of the beer and you're wondering about brewing up any of these Brewdog beers, I can highly recommend doing this one. Like I say, I'll put a link below. I mean, if you go to the 6.8 that they've got there, I don't think it'll change it up too much. I mean, it all really comes down to sessionability, you know, so I wanted a more sessionable stout, so that's why I dropped it back, but you know, entirely over to you guys. So I hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, we'll catch you next time, guys. Enjoy your week, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Over and out. Cheers.